Yeah, so can we address this later?
Yes, Master.
Okay. So Master taught to when we cross our legs, and we should have like a layer cut and to separate yourself from the bare floor, like let's say like a floor like with tiles or bricks, so it can suck the energy, right? That's Master teaching. I think we should do that too. I know a lot of people would like to practice like to one way they walk on the floor, or even in the nature they try to walk barefoot, right? They try to connect themselves with nature. That way that they would do. Actually, yeah, we do that too. I remember sometimes we go to have a chance to go to the beach, and I see our people just take out their shoes and their socks and just walk on the sand, the beach, and they like it. So I don't know if they lose the chi at that time. I'm not sure. People who did that, do you feel you losing your chi, like when you cross your leg and you sit on the floor? Is the experience the same? Now, to me, I feel a little bit different. I don't know. I'm not sure, because when we walk out barefoot in the nature and we feel we're together with the nature, and I think that is in a different mood. Like we live with our emotion, the feeling good at that time when we are together with the nature. But then when we cross the legs, and we sit on that, I feel it's a different experience, that we feel that we are losing the chi at that time. So I think in these two different experience, so if we want to meditate and we cross our legs, and I think we should separate ourselves from the bare floor, like tile or bricks. But when we try to experience nature, I think we can do it in a short time. It should be okay. That's my approach to that. But you can have a different approach. I would like to hear too. We can. Okay. Here's number 3, please. At ETT. Number 5.
Hello, Master Z. So I remember a long time ago, there's a book, they talk about raw energy. So it conduct a study when people contact with the raw, with the opposite, the people don't contact with the raw. For example, I know it in my family, me and my husband, he's from the Midwest. He never take off his socks, even at home. For me, I'm brought up in Vietnam, it's hot. I always wear, I go barefoot. So in that book, they mention about when you go barefoot or when you sleep close to the ground, the the energy from the ground balance your electrolyte, your body electrolyte. That's the benefit of contact with the Rao. They talk a lot about other benefits, but that's the only thing I remember. And when we have Quinton, so he was in the middle. So, but eventually he liked barefoot, so he always barefoot at home. So that's one of the comments I want to make about the people contact with the nature. The same way, when you walk on the beach, you will feel different. Thank you.
Okay, thank you too. Yeah, you too said that. I remember that during the homes in Vietnam, we have the floor is tiled. So, but because it's tropical country, it's very hot, and the tile is very cool, and so we would like to even lie on the floor to get cool down. But I'm not sure it sucked our energy at that time. But at least we feel better, temporarily better. But I don't think that's a long time. I don't think it's good, because when the heat inside the body is absorbed from the coolness of the floor, and then we should get up, because if we stay more longer on the floor, and we will be cold, I believe. So I think because if we have a lot of the heat in the body, and then maybe some contact with the ground, so it can, I'm not sure it's beneficial or not, but then it's at least about the feeling we feel, at least less extreme, like we don't feel as much hot as before. But I think it shouldn't be, that period of time shouldn't last long, so we can lose our energy. That's what I think, but I'm not sure how other people think. Yeah, we can speak. Yeah, especially people who are very sensitive and feel energy very well, can speak up about that. We can learn from each other. Oh, White Mountain Temple, please.
Master, you mentioned about short term is okay. So in the past at LMT, we used to walk barefooted. For cultivators, it seems like it's okay, but without the gongfu, the cold will enter the system. So other people coming in, they will look at it as an odd thing because they don't have the gongfu. And then it seems like if we're not strong enough, if our force field is not strong enough, then we might not be able to protect ourselves. So it depends on who's asking the question. In the past, the temple doctor, he said to me, like, if I was to bow down onto the ground, and if my head touches the ground, it will help clear the false thinking. And regarding Jesse's question yesterday about the yin and yang, I don't really recall Master ever mentioning about that, but Master did mention that if you sit, it expels the bad seeds in our head. And then I read somewhere where Master Xian said, when you lean against the wall, like a concrete wall, for too long of a time, you will spit out blood, so it's not recommended. So it does suck up your qi. So I think when you mention short term is okay, I think that's where the difference is at. Thank you.
So thank you very much, answers. Yeah, and also I agree that it depends on our strength, our chi level. If it's strong enough, then short exposure to that kind of energy and to the ground, and then if we can recover from that. So, but if we feel that we get weaker from that, we should avoid more exposure to that to protect ourselves. About the question of Jesse yesterday, I think about yin and yang. I believe the concepts of yin it have different. I think it different in different contexts. It have different meaning. It refer to different kind of yin energy. But then during our meditation, we refer to yin energy as something like the bad energy. We refer to that. So then that kind of energy is harmful to our body. So if in that context, then I think we should try to, during our meditation, we can sit longer to eliminate that kind of yin energy. But actually, we just talk about the balance between yin and yang. I think it's different kind of yin and yang. It's not like the yin, like the bad energy. Because if we learn a little bit about the acupuncture, and they have the yin and yang concept, but that is, I think that yin in that case is different from the bad energy we refer to as a bad effect on our meditation. So I think we should clarify about that. So White Mountain Temple question, please. I'm not sure it's answered the question before. Any other thoughts about the question before? Okay, please, White Mountain Temple, please.
Hi, Master Z. Good morning.
Hello, Sarah.
When you first asked about how was the meditation, I would just respond to that. It was very peaceful. And at home, I have a little bit of problem with my knee, so I try to save my knee and not sitting in full lotus. But today, during the morning meditation, I sit in full lotus, and I could see the huge difference. Really peaceful. I was able to get in really deep. And the temple was really, I feel, I don't know how to explain. It's very thick energy that protects us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Yes, I remember when I was at White Mountain Temple, when I just start my living home life there. There's a lot of work there. Actually, we do just physical work. No time to talk to our people at all. We just focus on work. I think that we don't know. I think I didn't know how to cultivate at that time. It's just work and work. It's crazy. But now, I think now I go to different temple and talk to different people. I think, I should balance out even between the work and learning from our people. So I'm coming back. Hopefully, I can learn some more. Even I learn about people, but then I don't know how to help them, though. That's my problem. I'm still learning how to do that. Yeah, that's the next step, I guess. But at least I have to learn from people, and it's good to hear from you. Thank you very much, Sarah. So, Sarah, so I have a question, because since you mentioned you have the problem with the knee, so is that okay to talk about it here, or?
I don't think a specific problem. There's no, it's not diagnosed anything. I think from when I was younger, I ran a marathon twice. And I think that was a little bit harsh on my knee. And also when I sit long hours at the temple, and that also gave a lot of pressure to my knee. So now I'm trying to pacing myself. I'll take a little bit of time and then try to rest the knee when I feel a little bit of, it's not like a normal, you need to rest the knee. Then I force myself to rest the knee, and then I sit again and see how I am.
I see. So is there any physical damage to it, to the knees?
Not that I know of. I haven't seen a doctor. It's not that serious. But I try to, if I feel a little bit pressure, then I ice it and rest it, and then sit again. I think I'm getting old, Master Z. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, I don't know. You doesn't look that old, Sarah, but then.
Thank you so much.
To me, I have my knee problem too. I don't know. I think I'm really getting old for sure. Yeah, when I was younger, I was a little bit crazy about kneeling. At that time, I didn't know much about crossing the leg until I met Master. But before that, so kneeling is, I do more kneeling than crossing the legs. So it's, I think I remember kneeling or bowing like for a long time. So I think now I feel it's a fact from on my body, from my knees now, because since now we're doing the morning ceremony that we bow, I feel it's painful to my knees. It's not that long at all. It's a very short time of kneeling, but I feel the pain. I'm like, oh, okay, it's catching up to me right now.
Master Z, I don't know, you're saying you're getting older, but you look young as well.
No, it's just a look. Okay, White Mountain Temple question, please.
Master Z, can I say something?
Yes,
I just
please.
Don't want to get attacked I just don't want to get attacked after I say this, okay? So when I fasted for 10 days, someone gave me a pot of Korean bean soup, tofu bean soup. Don't get me wrong, it was delicious. But what happened was my bone was hurting inside, like severely hurting. So I know a lot of Koreans mention that they're hurting as their bones are hurting. I'm wondering if it has to do with the diet. Because, like kimchi is salty, everything is salty. Maybe they can try cutting the salt and see if it helps. But I don't want to say anything because I know it's an important, food is important. So thank you.
So, that's a good point. Maybe I need to watch out my salt. I like the food to be salty.
Okay, I understand. Actually, in the point of getting older, I used to eat a lot of sugar and salt. It's a kind of a typical of Vietnamese food. They are very sweet and or salty. But now I don't like much sweety food and or salty food anymore. I think because I'm getting old, it's for sure the body cannot take it anymore to a point. So I think we have to be aware of that. So it's nothing about the wrong about the food, but the wrong of our body. I guess I will get wrong something. Yeah, it's not as strong as it used to be anymore. So we have to have a different kind of diet. So for us to stay healthy, we don't want to get sick. Go for a question. Right.
와서 지금 지명하신 거의 순서 때문에 제가 대답하려고 하는 거는 말콤에 대한 질문에 대한 대답이고, 네, 그게 좀 순서나 흐름에 맞지 않는다면 대답하지 않겠습니다. 네.
Master Z, I wanted to answer for Malcolm because of the you asked the other person to talk first, so now I want to talk about Malcolm. Is it okay if I do it now?
To talk about what? Sorry, I couldn't hear the word.
About the Malcolm's question.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, please.
그러니까 마스터지께서 지명하는 순서 때문에 제가 지금 딜레이가 돼서 지금 흐름에 맞지 않아서 괜찮은지를 여쭤보는 거거든요. 네. 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 제가 기억하는, 그러니까 일단 제시의 질문은 제가 모르겠고, 제가 기억하는 마스터의 법문에서 이번 겨울 선칠 때 마스터께서 선화상인께서 도네이션 받았던 그 동굴에서 차가운 바위 위에서 메디테이션을 하셨고, 그게 선화상인의 건강에 좋지 않은 영향을 미쳤다라고 했던 기억이 나요. 네.
So I remember that this time in Master's Dharma talk, maybe around winter chanchi, he talked about Master Xianhua, and then he was offered the cave, and he meditated inside the cave over on the very cold rock. And I remember Master saying that it affected Master Xianhua's body in a bad way.
그래서 제가 기억하기로는 차가운 바다, 콘크리트 이런 돌에서 메디테이션 할 경우에는 기를 뺏어간다라는 개념보다는 오히려 차가운 기운이 몸 안으로 침투를 해서 몸에 좋지 않은 영향을 미친다라고 저는 그렇게 기억하고 있고요. 네.
So about the cold floor or the concrete floor, rather than the concept of they're taking our energy, it's more that the cold energy is penetrating inside our body.
그리고 현수 스님께서 말씀하셨던 이마가 땅에 닿았을 때 생각이 줄어든다라고 하는 것에 대해서는 제가 기억하기로는 네.
And about Venerable Xianxun's saying about when our forehead touches the ground, we minimize our false thoughts.
근데 그거는 제가 지금 현순 스님께서 말씀하셨던 코멘트와 제가 기억하는 마스터의 법문이 같은 시간대에 이루어진 건지는 잘 모르겠는데, 네.
I don't know if is this the same thing as I remember, and what she remembers is from the same Master's Dharma talk, but
제가 기억하는 마스터의 법문은 2021년도에 노산사에서 불칠 선칠 때 마스터께서 저한테 절을 하라고 하는 아미타불 하면서 절을 하라는 인스트럭션을 주셨었어요. 네.
So what I remember is that during 2021 in Lu Mountain Temple, during maybe Fochi and Chanchi, I remember Master giving me an instruction of bowing to Amitabha Buddha.
근데 그 당시에 제가 절을 수행을 하는 게 굉장히 제가 싫어했기 때문에 제가 거부감을 표현했더니 마스터께서 이마가 땅에 닿았을 때 너의 머릿속에 생각을 줄여주고 그것이 너가 좋아하는 삼매와 진전과 영향이 있다고 그렇게 좀 설득을 하셨다고 해야 되나? 그래서 제가 그것에 설득이 돼서 제가 절 수행을 했고 선치를 하고 길게 앉을 수 있었던 기억이 있습니다. 네.
So back then, I really hated practicing bowing. So I expressed my discontent toward Master, and then Master tried to persuade me, saying, "If your forehead touches the ground, then it will reduce your false thoughts, and it will lead you to progress like the way you like to be. So it will affect your samadhi." So I was persuaded and practiced the bowing. And then I remember at the end of the chanchi, I could sit for a longer time.
그래서 제가 이 두 가지 경험을 통해서 제가 생각하기로는 생각을 줄여준다는 것이 몸 속에 있는 기를 뺏기는 일이라고는 생각이 들지 않고, 네.
So through these two experiences, I think minimizing your thought would not be connected to you losing your energy, using your qi.
그리고 차가운 바닥에서 참선을 했을 때 몸에 좋지 않은 찬 기운이 몸속에 침투할 수 있다. 조심해야 된다라는 쪽으로 저는 그렇게 해석을 하고 기운을 뺏긴다는 쪽의 말콤의 그 질문에는 좀 동의가 안 되는 것 같아요. 이상입니다.
So when you meditate on the cold floor, I think it's more that the cold, bad energy are penetrating to your body, so be careful. So I don't agree to Malcolm saying that you will lose qi for the ground. That's it.
Okay, thank you. So, Weimar Temple, please. Thank you.
Just to clarify, we're not talking about the same thing. When I said the temple doctor told me to bow down to the ground, it was specific instructions to me regarding my false thinking, which I think can help other people. So that's why I expressed it. The second thing is, Master mentioned before that if you bow in the Buddha hall, if you bow down and touch the ground in the Buddha hall, it's different than when you bow down outside of LMT and touch the ground. So when your forehead touches the earth, it dispels the false thinking. That's it. Thank you.
Oh, I see. So it's a different. There's a difference between so according to what you said is that the difference between bowing down on the wood floor in the Buddha hall and bowing in the outside on the ground on the earth, right? It's different thing, right?
Yes, it's different.
I see. So what is the difference?
You go outside and bow to the earth, and you'll see the difference.
I see. Okay, I will do so.
Master Z, sorry, it's not towards you, but in general.
I'll see. Yeah, actually, I did the bowing on the tile floor too, but I'm not sure it make any difference from like the earth. Yeah, actually, because they were in Vietnam too, I was practice during that time, young, and the floor here is different. We have in America we have the carpet floor and the wood floor, but here in Vietnam that time it's just the tile. So it's very cold floor too. But then, yeah, of course, I found it was helpful to me. So I did a lot of bowing and kneeling on the tile floor too. But I think it's too extreme now. Thinking back, because I have no choice. But then we have better way to do nowadays. Just crossing the legs and endure. But if we feel the other way, we can try a different way too. It's experience, and we found out for ourselves what is good for us and not good for us. Maybe each person is different. Okay, White Mountain, comment, please.
Hello, Master Z. Going back to the question about tea, whether it touched the floor, it would be good or not. So personally, I've heard from Master back then that Master Thichvinhhoausa has a skill that he can suck the tea from the earth. But if we don't have that skill, try not to. That was, I think, during the Chan tea, when he talked about sitting, whether it touched the ground or not. And sometimes when Master, during the tea, Master mentioned that Master Thichvinhhoausa usually chose a piece of rock or close to the tree that he can benefit from. And every time he has a chance, he would sit and meditate as much as possible. So his skills are different from ours. Maybe that's the path that he has to go through. And the other thing is that if you meditate with the cold like this, Master recommend to wrap ourselves with the blanket so that we don't have arthritis later on during our cultivation. And also Master mentioned that maybe sitting on the ground barefoot like this would cause Master Thichvinhhoausa arthritis later. For me personally, when I meditate and I touch my hand, sometimes that I lie on one of the pole here, and it's cold and it's bare. It doesn't have the wood that cover. Sometimes I feel a headache, really strong headache after I pass into sleepiness. And sometimes when I lie down I sleep, I lie down. The next day I wake up and I feel like my head's really heavy. That's why right nowadays I try my best to sleep, not because I want to, but it's just like I have to, because I don't want to feel a headache in my head every time I wake up in the morning.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Home. Yes, to me, what we heard from the teaching of our master, our patriarchs, is that mostly the principle, of course, there is experience too, but how it's applied to us, maybe we should try a little bit and see how it affects us, and we know how to apply the teaching to our case. Okay, go for a question, please.
Beautiful, Master Z. I have a little comments about bowing to the Buddha. Either you do it on the floor or either your forehead touching the ground or not, and on the floor or on the ground. I think when we are Buddhist disciple, and then we learn how to bow, to pay respect to the Buddha, the Bodhisattva. The rule is the 5 points of our body have to touch the ground. Doesn't matter, where it is. If we on pilgrimage and we see the statue of the Buddha, of Bodhisattva, and we want to pay respect to them, we kneel down and bow. It doesn't matter it's on the ground or on the floor, or we have to find something laying on the ground so it's nice and clean, and make sure that we don't lose our chi and then we bow down. I think it's too much thinking. Yeah, it maybe if you bow 1,000 times, 10,000 times, or maybe million times, it may hurt your body a little bit. But so what? Comparing to the benefit, you bow to the Buddha and Bodhisattva out of it. So I think we learn some basic concept, and we do, and we just do that. We shouldn't have more thinking about what is more benefit and what is less benefit. I think we're over that stage already.
Yeah, I agree with with the concept of bowing. So we have 5 points of touching the ground. But as it depends on each person. I think if the person doesn't have like strong chi and the body is weak, and I think bowing on the cold ground is, I think short time is okay, but during a long time it can be harmful to the body. I think, to me, I wouldn't do that long. If we bow just 3 times is okay, but then for bowing more than that, it have bad effect on the body. I think we should not do it. We can bow at a different place where it's less harmful to the body because of the coldness of the ground. That's my thinking. YouTube questions, please.
Thank you, Master. It's just actually a few comments from JB. He says, good afternoon. People can have ACL damage from running or overextending their knee, and I know someone who had their knee go out after running track and field, and he was young when it happened. He also says doctors now can replace the cartilage with some soft cushioning. Thank you.
Coach Vicky, would you mind repeating that? Sorry, I couldn't get the point of the questions.
I don't think there was a point, Venerable. I think there was a comment.
Oh, okay.
It was just a comment of information that he knows about people who have knee problems.
Okay, I see.
We were talking about sitting and knee issues a little while ago.
Yes. Thank you. So I think you come back to Dũng comments. Yeah, of course, the practice of bowing is the process about our repentance and about reducing our arrogance, and create blessing when we pay respect to the sages. So I think even though that is a concept, but I think the condition of bowing, if it have bad effects on our body, we if we can try to avoid it, we should avoid it. We don't expose ourselves into the practice that can be harmful to our body, because I don't see because we say that we have create blessing like when we bow, but then that's our understanding, but how do we actually feel the benefit from it is a different story. Usually we think that's beneficial, but then how do we actually perceive the benefits is maybe it's not the same. So I think it's practical for our health, and so we should do it more for a long-term practice, I believe. Okay, White Mountain Temple question, please.
Hi, Master Z. It's Jung.
Hello, Chung.
I have a comment and a question. So this comment is going back to what Sarah said earlier about her knee. Of course, as we grow older, knee issues, joint issues will be an issue. Especially myself, who I value fitness and being healthy for martial arts in everyday life. One thing that I find that I do a lot is that I found, because of sitting, the overstretching of our knees, my stability in my knees is not strong as before or was, and it's weaker. So I do a lot of exercises to strengthen my knees and maintain stability. So there are things like walking backwards. You can do that on a treadmill. That's a very common thing for runners, to strengthen and heal your knees. Do kind of knee stability exercises. Anybody can come to me to ask questions, but I think that I recommend all of our practitioners to do light, moderate, exercises just to strengthen their knees as well as sitting, so that they can prolong their, their sitting life. Beyond that, I have a question about being judgmental. I think before, you really surprised me a long time ago when you said that when you started cultivating, you were so judgmental. Even you were judgmental. I think you told me this. And I was so surprised to hear that even you were judgmental. So my question is, how do we develop a mind that is less judgmental?
Okay, thank you for sharing the comment about have to keep our knees strong. Okay, thank you for that. Maybe I will ask you what you do to your daily life to keep the knees strong. I need that tips. And about the judgmental mind, so anyone have any comment, any thoughts about that? I would like to hear from you too. Yes, I myself, believe. Yes, I was judgmental too. Till nowadays, it still happen. Yes.
Hello. I have a judgmental problem too, so it's also harder for me to sit longer, but one time I made it to longer, and then I wasn't as judgmental to my old roommate, so that's the answer for me.
No, sit longer. Okay.
That's hard for me.
Oh, it's hard. Okay, good point. But if at the time, you have that thought and you cannot cross your legs, what you gonna do? Yeah, it's happened, right? In our life, we in contact, communicate with people, and then we have that kind of thought, judgmental thought. But I don't think we are able to cross our legs that time. So, what should we do then? Hi, Sarah, please speak.
I agree that being judgmental, it's really hard to correct that, because we've been doing it for a long time. And if you can't cross your legs, it's kind of same as Malcolm. I didn't know about sitting and meditating. Something changed inside of me. And I think I want to call it, it opened up my mind and then become more generous. And my heart grew. And if you can't really sit, I think you could listen to Dharma talks, and that will probably help to open up your heart and be more compassionate.
Thank you, Sarah. I think that's good practice. Yes, I believe that when we sit long enough, I just try to challenge Malcolm this, but I believe when we sit long enough, and then I think there are certain attachment we can recognize that's easier, and we have a chance to separate ourselves from those kind of thinking. So we have more chance if we sit longer. I believe so. Go for next question, please.
마사지 말콤의 질문에 대한 대답이고요. 아니다. 충의 질문에 대한 대답이고요. 네.
Hello, Master Ji. This is the answer for Chung.
마스터께서 최근에 화엄경 프롤로그에서 하셨던 법문에서 조금 힌트가 있는데 다른 사람을 그렇게 판단하는 것에 대해서 있는데 네.
So recently on Master's Dharma talk during Avatamsaka Sutra lecture, prologue lecture, there was a hint about judgmental minds.
마스터께서는 그때 화엄경 프롤로그에서 어떤 말씀을 하셨냐면 다른 사람을 보고 일어나는 생각을 줄여 나감으로써 다른 사람을 판단하고 거부하는 것을 줄여 나갈 수 있다 그렇게 말씀을 하셨었어요. 네.
Master said, by reducing a thought that rises when you see others, it will lead you to be less judgmental or help you to less reject others.
그래서 말콤의 질문에 충의 질문에 대답을 하면 우리가 우리 안에서 일어나는 생각, 번뇌를 줄여 나감으로써 그것이 조절될 수 있다고 생각합니다.
So my answer is by reducing the thoughts inside of our head or reducing our afflictions, we'll be able to control that.
Okay, good point. How do we reduce our thought? To show me what is your experience. Please share a little bit more of your secrets, please.
제 경험은 마스터께서 저를 긴 시간 너무나 감사하게 훈련을 해주셨는데 단식을 시키셨고 길게 앉게 하셨고 네.
So my experience is that Master, thanks to Master, he trained me for a long time. He made me do fasting and he made me do a long sit.
그리고 또 저를 시키심으로써 나한테서 일어나는 생각으로 내가 고통받고 있고 그것을 정리하면 생각으로 제가 고통받고 있다라는 것을 스스로 인식할 수 있게 해주셨고 네.
And he helped me recognize that I'm suffering because of my own thoughts.
그래서 고통받기 싫었던 것이 어떤 외부 경계에 대한 컨트롤이 아니라 내 자신의 생각을 그렇게 버릴 수 있도록 마스터께서 지도해 주셨습니다. 저의 경험은 그렇습니다.
So because I didn't want to suffer, rather than controlling the outside world, I learned that I had to control my thoughts.
Okay, thank you so much. White Mountain Temple comments.
Good morning, Master Sid.
Hello.
Regarding the judgmental mind, I have two aspects of it. One is just I'm always working on it, and so we just follow cultivation, doing mantra, meditation, following ceremony, bowing, repentance, trying to follow instruction, doing good, planting blessing, all the good stuff. And you just have patience. Slowly, then it just happened. That's my personal experience too. Like if I were to try to what can I do to help myself reduce judgment? Keep doing whatever I could with the cultivation. That's the cultivation aspect. The other aspect on the non-cultivation is probably when you somehow, I don't know how, but somehow when you're able to understand the person, or when you actually feel the suffering, like then you kind of start to understand not to judge the person on that aspect. I forgot what happened to me, like recently, something happened to me. I was really suffering so much. I was so beaten up. Then I became more humble. Then I thought, okay, I need to shut up and I don't dare to say anything about that person on that area that I was suffering in that experience. So it's the understanding aspect. Then you become, or you will just become more compassionate. Then you will become less judgment. It's a very long process. Thank you, Master.
Yes, I agree. It's a long progress for sure. As you said, we can do a lot of practice, and I think one of the things is we have to endure. Even that kind of thought. Even we know that it's not healthy for us, for our mind, and it just happen in the mind, and we recognize we don't want that to happen, but it's keep happening. So Master taught just endure. we don't follow. I don't know. Recently I found out that endurance is very important because it's beyond our capability. It's beyond that. That's why we have to endure, because if we want to progress, and then we have to endure, because that's how we increase our strength. If we can handle it, so it's what is the point, right? We can handle that. That's easy. So if something is beyond it and try to make it afflicted, and we try to endure, that's a chance for us to improve. Right there, it's just right there, and it's very we don't have to need to look for it at all. Look for the opportunity to improve, but when we recognize that at that time, and it's overwhelming, but then hopefully we can endure. We fail and then we try again. That's Master teaching. I have nothing else to say. Yeah, enduring. Yes, I'm trying to. Anyone else have any question, any comments? Yeah, we discussed a lot this morning. Thank you, everyone. I think that's it for today. Thank you very much. We talk about it next time.